What's going on?
Hi guys, how have you been since we last talked? Be honest.
We're back. Be honest, be real, be truthful.
Hopefully it's been okay. I feel like it's been it's been pretty good. I went to the beach since we've been back.
Same.
Yeah, okay.
Beaching it up. Beaching it up. I will say that I'm proud of us. More like I'm proud of me because I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm proud of both of us collectively for being so consistent over the past few weeks.
Uh-huh.
But that I'm just giving myself a little pat on the back because I haven't canceled.
I know. And not only has she not canceled, she has pre-planned. She has texted me before the day of and been like, I'm about to do something this week. Oh my gosh, it was just it was a good morning text, honestly. We were
not
very early.
Not like very early, like 10 a.m. And not
Why did I think it was like 8 a.m.? That's
I've
like
been
so
out and
not
about
right.
for 3 hours for work. No, but that's so funny. No, but I am starting to or trying to be better about not texting the day of, like 3 hours before we're supposed to record, and be like, hi, can we reschedule? But it is what it is. But yeah, so I have gotten a lot better with planning ahead and us consecutively agreeing on one time a week. We normally do Wednesdays, but we're doing it a little day early. Happy 4th of July. Caw.
I know. I don't really have any plans this year. I was gonna say you look tan though. I can tell a difference in your face. You do.
Stop. Don't tell me that. Don't gas me up like
How
that.
was your shut up. How was your how was your tanning experience? Did you get like a bad burn at any point?
I got so burnt.
No.
It was so bad. I used Maui Babe for the first time. Well, no. Listen. I used sunscreen on top of it.
Uh-huh.
I did. I don't know but the sunscreen that I had, the Coppertone Sports, in the blue can.
Okay.
I loaded with chemicals, but it works. Let me tell you, mineral sunscreen is for the dogs. I hate mineral sunscreen.
That's the best one though.
It is the best one for you, but will I wear it? Absolutely not. My mom gave me face sunscreen, right? It was CeraVe. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I know that now. But I was like, okay, Miss CeraVe, like Miss Skincare Queen. I like put a big old glob on my hand and I'm rubbing it. I go inside to go to the bathroom. My entire face is white. Like, my entire face has like an overcast. I look like a freaking ghost.
It's like a thing, dude. Like, I've seen on TikTok girls being like, CeraVe, what are you doing? This is the worst formula ever.
I had no idea.
Okay, so I went to the lake like a week ago, and my friend Taylor, Taylor, she insists on using that CeraVe sunscreen. I literally don't know why. I think she said it's the only one that like doesn't break her out or something. But I have pictures on my phone. I'm showing. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see this.
Oh.
Me and Aaron were like, Taylor, no, it's bad. Like, she put it on for the first time and was just bebopping around.
Bless her heart.
It's like giving. It's like a Casper. Yeah.
She looks like she's cold. You know what I mean?
I know, but CeraVe, like, what the heck? And I'm sure you look like that too.
Oh, I did. I literally, it got to the point where the next day I didn't pack any other face sunscreen. I packed, like, the last time, okay, I have yet to find, like, a good sunscreen that isn't, like, going under makeup sunscreen. That's, like, me going on tanning on the beach sunscreen. Because, like, not last year, but the year before last, I used the e.l.f., like, dupe of the Super Goop or whatever. It was like the Halo Glow, like, or the glow in the yellow and white bottle. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a nice glow, like, I'm gonna lay on the beach, I'm gonna look so hot. My face was a tomato by the end of the day, and I reapplied. I was a literal freaking tomato. Like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, did this do anything? And it was SPF 30, I think. I'm like, did this do anything to my face besides burn me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, but anyway, so I used Maui Babe and I put sunscreen on top, but I think the blue sunscreen that I had, the top, like the spray part, was messing up. So it sounded like something was coming out, but in reality it wasn't coming out. Like, it made the sound of like it's it made, but I couldn't.
There was no mist. There was no actual like physical.
I could feel something like a little bit, but I had to hold it a certain way for it to actually come out. It was like those headphones that like when you were a kid and like you had to like wrap it around the phone and like kind of hold it a certain way for it to work. Like that's how it was with the sunscreen. And so next thing you know, I go inside, I look down at my boobs and they are bright red. Like they are quite literally any sort of water hurt to put on it. Like it was that bad. I got that and like a random little splotch on my stomach and then right along my bikini line.
Yeah.
Just my bikini line got freaking roasted. And it just like literally just yesterday it decided to go away. Just yesterday, and I got back on Saturday.
That was the first day.
That was the first day.
It's always
so
that
I was
way.
like, okay, perfect. And then the second day, it was perfect weather, but I sat underneath the shade the entire time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to wear a shirt. I'm not going to get a farmer's tan. I'm not going to wear a shirt. I'm not going to like put something over just that random little part. Because like my mind always goes to tan lines. That's where my mind goes to. I'm like, I don't want all these like super weird, crazy, like random splotchy tan lines. So I sat underneath the shade the entire day. I know.
Dude, I don't know. It's something in the Maui, babe, because I used it when I laid out for the first time this summer and I got burnt AF and I still put sunscreen over it. So, like, it's just, I was reading it the other day. It literally attracts the sun almost. Like, it's powered by the sun, basically. Yeah. So, it activates hard.
Yep.
Even if you use sunscreen, be freaking careful.
But I used it when I tanned on my back. So I did, because I hate tanning my back. Yeah. I hate laying on my stomach. So I used it on my back, and my back now matches the front, which is like,
there you go.
Amazing.
I know.
Love to see it.
Laying on the stomach is actually the worst.
It's terrible. I absolutely hate it.
I can only do it for like 15 minutes at a time.
I set it, my mom and I both, we set a timer. And we do 15, 20 minutes, and then as soon as that timer's up, we're up and at 'em. Can't do it.
But yeah, if you keep using the Maui, babe, you'll be brown. It's amazing.
For sure.
The way that it bronzes your skin. This is the first summer that I've used it consistently. And it's just like a whole different tan, girls. Like if you really, if you want it, it's on Amazon. I think it's like 20 something bucks. And it smells kind of funky, but
it smells like soy sauce.
Yeah, teriyaki vibes.
Yeah, very coffee, soy teriyaki. Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, it smells like coffee." I'm like, "Girl, this is straight soy." Yeah. Straight up soy.
But it's good though if you want to wreck for the summer. It feels like the summer's almost over, honestly. I'm trying not to think that way and be like negative Nelly, but my lord.
It really is though, because in the beer world, we're already talking about pumpkin and Oktoberfest.
Dude, Bath and Body Works has their fall candles out.
It's July 2nd. Michael's has their Halloween stuff.
Yeah. I did not know that.
I haven't been. I just saw pictures on Facebook. Oh. But I'm just like, I'm assuming, because they're like, oh my god, the Halloween collection. Hobby Lobby already has their Christmas ornaments.
I have been seeing Lifetime Christmas in July ads and loving it. Let me tell you, I've been eating it up. I freaking love those cheesy movies.
The more predictable, the better.
The better. And I sometimes don't even pay attention. Just background noise movies.
You don't have to pay attention, because next thing you know, you're going to come to the conflict of the couple. And you're going to be like, okay, something's going to happen. It's going to start randomly snowing. Santa Claus is going to come out from around the corner, or somebody's going to make an anonymous donation to help the cookie making factory. And turns out it was the woman, because she was like, I love you, and I'm going to stay and help you run your company.
It's always like a business. There's always some sort of business in there. Like, she meets him at his business, or vice versa. Or she's
like the businesswoman from New York City coming back, and she's like flinging her suitcase around.
Or doing a charity event.
Or she's like pulling a Hannah Montana movie when she's like flinging her suitcase around. Be like, so you're saying I could never be Hannah again? Like, for real. Yes. She falls in love, and the guy's like, no, stay here, like, be with me, I love you. And she's like, but my job, my life is in New York. I put this town behind me. Sign me up. Hallmark, where's my contract? Where's my contract?
And it got me thinking, like, Honestly, every season is something to look forward to. Like, we're in summer right now, but we're already looking forward to like fall and Christmas. But when we're in Christmas, we're looking forward to summer. You know, little perspective.
I think about that all the time because I'm like, yeah, when it's cold, everybody's like, oh my god, I can't wait for the summer. I can't wait for lakes, beach. And then when it's like 95,000 degrees outside, they're like, oh my god, fall pumpkins and apple orchards and sleigh rides and
so fun.
Santa Claus.
Charlottesville.
Oh my god, Charlotte.
One Charlotte?
Charlotte's like it's Charlottesville.
Oh, S. Okay.
Yes.
I totally forgot.
It's all good.
Dude, at one point I had to memorize every single county not every county in Virginia, but all of like Central Virginia and then up to DC.
Heard. Yikes. I hate that for you.
Memorize. That was crazy. Crazy time.
I hate that. For work, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you can just beep beep point them out.
I feel that. I love that.
Okay, wait, so how was the beach? What do you guys usually do, beach and dinner every day?
We literally do nothing but beach and dinner. Like, we wake up, I go and put the stuff out at like 6:30 in the morning.
You're the girl?
I'm the girl. I'm the girl that's out there at 6 a.m. putting up a tent.
You.
Well, granted, I naturally wake up around that time. So it's really not, it's not like my mom's coming in my room and like dragging me out of bed. Like, I'm up around 6:30, 7 o'clock every day. Okay. So, but yeah, and plus like with the when you're out in the sun, like you get a lot of that natural melatonin. So like 8:30 at night, I'm ready to go to bed. Like, I'm exhausted. Yeah. So I naturally wake up super early and I go out on the beach and we have this thing, it's called a Sun Ninja. That's like the brand. And it's like, and you have the 4 poles. It's almost like the canopy kind of thing, except they have little like sacks that you put sand in to kind of keep it up. So I take out all the chairs, and I set up the Sun Ninja, and I set everything up at like 6 a.m. But like, you have to fight for the spot. You have to fight for like the prime spot, which is not right in front of the steps, but like a little parallel to the steps from where your condo is, if you're beachfront.
Just like a little to the left or a little to the right.
Exactly. But we were right next to a lifeguard stand. So you couldn't get a little to the right. You had and you couldn't get like right in front of the steps. You couldn't get right in front of the lifeguard stand. So it was either to the far right of the lifeguard stand or it was a little to the left. So that's why people were waking up early and fighting for the spot. But you best believe your girl was out there at 6 a.m. setting up the Sun Ninja.
Dang.
But I know.
There were that many people like on the beach?
What
beach
really,
did you go to?
Outer Banks. There really weren't. Like this year, there were not a lot of people, which was perfect. It was a lot of families with super small kids. So they would come on the beach for an hour and then they would leave all their stuff and go back up. So we were just like surrounded by nobody the entire week. It was freaking perfect. It was amazing. In the past, we stayed in this condo that's near a public beach access. So then there is just loads and loads and loads of people like blasting loud music, smoking cigarettes, like, just getting absolutely hammered and getting loud and being obnoxious. And, it's just, we're just laying, like, our family is wake up, beach all day long, maybe go to a shop, go to dinner, and then come home and go to bed. Like, that is our beach week.
Right.
So it was absolutely fantastic.
Did you guys eat out anywhere?
We eat out every night.
Oh.
We never cook it. We never cook at the condo. Okay. We're on vacation. I don't want to do any work kind of thing. Yeah. I think the first night because we got there kind of later in the evening, we just grabbed something quick at the store when we went to go get our groceries, like for lunches and stuff. Like the only thing that we really make are lunches. Right. So like little sandwiches and like pasta salad and stuff. So, but yeah, so we just grabbed like a little quick something. But then after that, Ryan is a chronic planner. And like when I say chronic planner, I mean like June 1st, he was like, we have to figure out our menu for the week.
Oh my gosh.
And we like stick to that menu. So it's like Monday we're doing this, Tuesday we're going here, Wednesday we're going here, Thursday we're going here, kind of thing. So I knew what we were doing literally May 31st. Like I knew our menu. It was it incorporated a lot of seafood.
Ooh, do you like seafood?
I love seafood. I love all types of
Shrimp,
seafood.
crab, all that?
Shrimp, crab, mussels, oysters, lobster. Like any seafood, I'll try. I'll do it.
Okay.
Big fan of seafood. All different types.
Okay, look at you go. I love watching seafood mukbangs. Like truly the crab boils. I love it. Shout out Maggie's Eats. Maggie Eats. Yeah, Maggie Eats. Shout out my girl. I freaking love her. We're mutuals. She does the king crabs and then she does like the hard boiled potato where she does the potato volcano or like the egg volcano. And she'll bite off the potato, put a little bit of like claw meat, put some hard boiled egg, put some Bee Love sauce. Shout out Bee Loves as well. The lady with her recipe with all the onion strings in it. And then you eat. It's like a potato volcano. I love to watch it. I would never eat it though.
Really?
Never.
No seafood whatsoever.
No. Only fish.
Really?
Really.
Have you ever had it?
I have had very minimal seafood experiences. So All
right. She's a poser.
Listen,
she's a poser.
First off,
whatever. Loser.
He said, all right. Shut it down.
All right. Let's wrap it up. That's
so freaking funny. Dude, my family is from Massachusetts, like Cape Cod, like out where we would go out there for the summer and go clamming and like dig up the freaking clams and like go take them home, and he would make these little baked clams, and so he would like use the clam, take it out, add like breadcrumbs and chopped veggies and seasoning, and then put it back in the clam shell and bake it. And I remember liking that.
Girl.
And then I did try like lobster with butter, and it just freaks me. I don't like how they look. They look like roaches, and I hate roaches.
Okay, well, lobster's mid. Like that's a hot take. Lobster is like, it's definitely like, it's good, but I'm not gonna pay an additional like $15 to add a lobster tail to my steak. Like, I'm just not doing it. You know what I mean?
What do you like?
I mean, granted, I love like raw oysters. Like, I will eat at least 72. Like, I love raw oysters.
What?
So like, I love them.
That little slippery thing?
Little sea boogers. I love them. But
oh my gosh.
Why would you do that? Yeah, and also, listen, Sophia did that earlier with my drink.
You just called them boogers.
Little sea boogers.
That is sick. To the core. To the actual core.
Anyway, I'm just joking. But no, but yeah, I love seafood. I feel like you need to give it another shot.
What do you think I should try?
Crab meat.
What does it taste like?
No. It's like, if you need to do a crab leg. Like, nothing special. You just need the crab meat and like a garlic butter, or like the seafood boil, like with all the spices and like the sauce and everything, and like just like a squeeze of lemon and butter. You need to try it. It's not like, you said you liked fish, so I was gonna say it's not like a fishy taste. I can't even describe it to you, but it's perfect. It's just like, I feel like crab meat and shrimp are like the perfect kind of like starter seafood.
Ooh, okay. I could do crab, but I cannot never do shrimp.
Interesting.
No, I think that's so disgusting. I think the spine thing with the like poop in it, I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, then if they don't devein
legs.
If they don't devein it, then that's absolutely atrocious. Like, that's laziness. I can't stand that either. Because like when my family and I were at the beach, we got like a bunch of seafood to go, because we were like, we don't really feel like going out, but I went to go pick up the food, and they didn't devein the shrimp, which made me so angry, because I'm like, we spent an arm and a freaking leg on all of the seafood, and you're telling me that you couldn't take the 2 extra seconds to devein the shrimp, really? So like, that bothered me. So then we just got like a fork or like a knife, and then literally all you have to do is just like drag it across and just like devein it yourself. Like, it's not too difficult. But when it's raw, and like when it's raw, and deveining it is so much easier than cooking like after it's cooked, because when it's raw you could just like grab it and peel it out and then just chuck it, you know what I mean? Like it's not, when it's cooked it kind of like separates a little bit. So you have to like really work to scrape it out. But yeah, I feel like shrimp, if you went to a restaurant and got shrimp as an add-on, that already comes deveined, cooked, like the shell's gone, so literally all you see is the meat. You don't see the legs on it. Like, I feel like you need to try crab meat.
I will not be trying shrimp for my first, but I could see myself trying crab meat because I like those videos so much.
You need to try crab meat. I feel like if you got like a crab mac and cheese, then maybe that will help. But I feel like covered in cheese with a good old noodle, like no, but in a breadcrumb. But crab legs, like for my birthday, I asked Alex. I was like, the only thing that I want for my birthday is to experience a seafood boil, because I've never had like a traditional like in the bag, dump it out on the table, then give you a bib. Like I've never tried that before, and I want nothing more than to experience that.
Oh yeah, you would love that.
I would love it, because I just like, and crawfish too. You gotta like take the head and like,
yeah,
the best. But
there is a seafood place in Atlanta called the Juicy Crab, and it is not upscale by any means. I feel like from the outside it doesn't look like much, but they have a freaking valet, and that baby is packed day and night. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's like, it's just so unexpected. I was driving by one day. I'm like, okay, Juicy Crab. And then, like, there's people out there, valet, like, taking keys. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's like this place is a little nice.
It's like a thing.
Yeah, so maybe there's a Juicy Crab in Virginia.
I just, like, I told him, I said, surprise me, because I don't know of any places around here but, like, the thing is, though, it's like, the only seafood that I trust, like, full-heartedly trust, is going to the beach. Like by a body of water.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like if
fresher.
Exactly, like the only seafood that I really eat around here is like a shrimp add-on.
Yeah.
Or like a salmon maybe. But like crab meat, if I go to a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, we have like crab legs." I'm like, but where'd you get your crab legs?
Yeah, fresh is key.
Cuz the place that we got our seafood to go, like when I say fresh, it was like I watched them like open the lid and like pick a live crab up. Like that's how fresh this crab was. Like they were actively trying to like crawl out of the container, and the guy was like, "Nope," and then just so that's how fresh this seafood was. So it was fantastic. Highly recommend. Good. You need to eat crab legs. Or just like crab meat that's already like pre-scooped out and just like in a little bowl with garlic butter.
Yeah.
Do it.
One day.
With me. Do it with me. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Well, wait. Maybe.
What do you mean?
Okay,
maybe?
well, just one day for sure.
Okay.
Okay, wait, tell me, what were your little things, your little hair things? I'm interested.
Okay, so do you want the positive or the negative to start?
Ooh, okay, positive.
Positive? I found a new shampoo.
Okay.
That I absolutely love. It's Maui. I think it's what it's called.
Yeah, they have those colorful bottles.
Yeah. I grabbed it from Target because I completely forgot my shampoo and conditioner at home when I went to the beach. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to grab like some random one. I almost went to Herbal Essences because I was like, oh, because my boyfriend uses Herbal Essences shampoo and conditioner. Yeah. And one time I was over at his place and we had just gone to the pool, and I was like, I went underwater, and I wasn't fully planning on getting underwater, but I did, and I was like, I just need to wash my hair. It just feels so gross. So I showered and I used a shampoo and conditioner, and my hair had never felt better. It was so soft, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna gravitate towards that. But then of course my curiosity got the best of me, and I whipped out the Yuka app. And I scanned the little code, and it was like, do not use. I'm like, okay, perfect. Love that. And then it always gives you little recommendations, and it was like, use Native. But I've heard of Native, like people's hair falling out.
Oh.
Using Native. That's what I've heard. Yeah. So I was like, the one hair care product that I hear about the most to like messing up your hair is like Olaplex.
Yep.
I've heard Olaplex really screws up your hair, and just like anything, and Native. Those are the two ones.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I hear about the most. But so then I looked out at the recommendations, and it was like, oh, like get the Maui one, and I was like, oh, it's not scored super great, but it's also not scored terribly too. So I grabbed it and I used it, and I have fallen in love with it.
Which one did you get?
I got the pink one. I don't know what it
Ooh.
is, but I got the pink one. It's like a dragon fruit, or it's like peony or something like that.
Yeah.
It smells fantastic. My hair feels great. I love it.
It looks super shiny and silky right now.
Thank you.
Okay, well that's good. So you got a new shampoo and conditioner.
I did. A new poo and dish.
Yay.
Yeah. But you want to hear my negative?
Yes.
I hate my hair.
You're bored.
No, I love the color.
Okay.
I love the color. Absolutely love the color. However, and this is like I think I told you about this the last time that you were here. This is definitely like a first world problem as a girl. Definitely first world problem. Like, oh, like shut up, Brittany, whatever.
Okay.
My hair
Anyways.
is so silky. Or it's like no, but like that's like, but you see what I mean?
I know. Yes.
It's like it's in such a good place, but it's boring. It doesn't hold any style whatsoever. Nothing. I was at the beach and I put hella product in it. I put like texture spray. I mean, not like too much product where the hair just like wouldn't do anything, but like the necessary products to have your hair hold something, some sort of volume. And I put in mousse, I put in texture spray, and I did hairspray after it, and I did like my flex style. My hair won't wrap around my flex style anymore. It won't.
So how do you even fix that? You like damage it?
Bleach?
Like, put highlights?
Like literally, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when my hair was blonde and just like bleached all to and just dry and brittle, it styled beautifully. Perfect, beautiful, gorgeous. And now anything that I do, when I was doing the flex style, we were taking family photos.
Yeah.
And my hair just immediately fell. Like,
that's so annoying.
5 minutes after I had finished doing my hair, I like put hairspray in it. I like zhuzhed it a little bit for the volume. And then within 20 minutes of us walking outside, my mom took a photo of me and I looked at it and my hair was just flat. Like it's flat up top. No curl to it whatsoever. I have no idea. I genuinely don't know, because my heart is like quite literally breaking, and that's so dramatic, but like my heart is breaking because I love my hair. I love it, but I absolutely can't not stand it right now. It's not giving anything.
So you think it's not, but you like the color and like the cut of it.
I love the color. I love the cut. I love everything about it.
So you just wanted to style.
I want to be able to style it, but I genuinely can't.
Okay. Well, would you get highlights if that's the only option? You could go darker and then get brownish highlights or something.
True.
Or maybe like a blend, like do like a more dimensional brown or something, so that she's forced to put more stuff
product on it, I guess. Like, hey,
Dude.
I never thought that I'd say damage my hair, please. Damage
Yeah,
it.
that's actually crazy, but it does.
I know.
I can tell it just looks like actual silk looking.
It just doesn't. It doesn't do anything. It does not do anything. Even when I use like my round, like the pink big round brush hair dryer. Even when I do that to like give myself because I have layers to give myself some sort of like blowout-esque look, it lasts for 2 minutes and then it just drops.
I thought it stayed when we did our photo shoot.
Not really.
Oh.
So.
Oops. Oh well.
And granted, I did like ringlet curls. I know.
Yeah, I remember you did. You were saying you were going to do them extra tight so that it would stay longer. So this has been an ongoing.
Fell out, babe. Fell out. But your hair looks absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
The bangs are baying.
I'm fresh out the salon today, guys. So my hair is at its peak. Everyone, maybe actually day 2. It's kind of like day 2 when it's set in and you like brush through it. And I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
Day 2 hair is better than day 1 hair, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Oil in it.
Yeah. A little flavor.
But yeah, so she just did balayage for me this time, which is like, it's a first for me because I'm not doing highlights anymore. I just kind of told her I wanted a little blonde, and then blonder around the face, and layers with face framing.
Period.
That's the solution. Oh, and she did a glaze of some sort.
Cute.
Because I honestly like the dark. And I feel like I'm going to go darker again after this. Like,
For sure.
I feel like the summer, I wouldn't want this in the fall. I feel like it's a little too blonde.
I feel you.
I don't know. I'm like changing, getting older, liking my darker hair.
We're
I actually do look at
maturing.
pictures of me bleached blonde and I'm like, "Eeh." Some of them are good, but now I see them for who they really were.
Literally, when people were screaming at me in my TikTok comments to go brown, I'm like, never. And then now, when I look back at pictures, I'm like, eee.
Uh-huh.
Eesh, especially with like the grown out roots.
Yeah,
was
because
like,
your hair grew so fast.
I know. And I would like look back at old pictures and I'm like, Brittany, who let you walk up out of the house like that? Like, you really gaslit yourself into telling you that that looked good. So I love the color that it is now. So that's why I'm like a little apprehensive about adding anything. But I kind of agree with you though, just kind of adding like maybe some like, not golden pieces, definitely not golden, but like a little bit more like a dimensional kind of.
Yeah, it's hard because you don't want actual blonde streaks in your hair. You know, like you just want like a different shade of brown almost.
Brown, yeah, because it's just not doing anything.
Right.
And I'm bored.
Okay, well that might be a new idea. Get on Pinterest. That's where I did. I went on
True.
Pinterest and I showed my girl. Okay, so I've been seeing a bunch of TikTok stuff about eyebrow blindness or like eyelash blindness. Which if you don't know, is basically a trend where girls show pictures of them with their eyelash extensions and they say that they used to be eyelash or extension blind because they look so terrible with them. It's like, why did I do this to myself? I feel that way. I look back on my eyelash extensions. What on earth was I doing?
You had eyelash extensions?
Yeah, girl. And this is no shade to the first, like the salon that I went to because actually they worked with me. Like they would give me free eyelash extensions and I would like pose for them.
Cute.
And so I loved them at the time, but I look back and I'm like, I wish I was getting a different shape. It just was not like, it did not flatter me.
I feel
They
you.
were amazing quality. They stayed like all week or however many weeks it was. It was called the Curly Willow Spa and they're not open anymore.
Oh.
They were in downtown Richmond. I know.
I was like, oh.
Wait, actually, no. I think they are open, but oh gosh, I don't know. At some point, the girl who owned it, who was my contact, she followed me from TikTok. She sold it, so like I literally have
good
no
for
idea
her.
what happened. But yeah,
Right.
anyways, I was definitely freaking eyelash blind, and I don't think I would ever do extensions ever again.
I feel you. I was eyebrow blind. For sure.
When?
Oh God, back in like, I mean, I feel like this was for everyone like 2016 when like Anastasia dip brow. Granted, low key though, don't hate because I just bought one more. Like,
And
don't like.
yeah.
I'm telling you, if you use it right, it looks fantastic. But I was laying it on thick. There was no blending whatsoever. It was like line, I'm filling them in kind of thing.
Like
So-
coloring in the square.
Oh, for sure. And my
Yeah.
mom, and I have vivid memories of my mom calling me out and like, be like, Brittany, your brows. And I'm like, shut up. I'm like, shut up,
Please
Mom.
do the trend. Please do the trend where you show the pictures.
If I could, I remember when if I could find, I think I trashed all of the memories from that time period because I was just like too traumatized. And it was when I had like, oh God, it was literally college when this was happening. I had like, my hair was the blondest that it had ever been.
Oh.
It was like bleached blonde hair. It got to the point where like, because I've talked about my hair journey, so I'll save you the literally hour-long story. But it was like my top half of my hair was just blonde. Like there was no sort of dimension. There was no sort of, the only dimension was like orange pieces and then yellow pieces. Like that's yeah. But like it was, I will say that it was blended beautifully, but it was not toned whatsoever. But and then my underpiece was this color. So
Oh my
like
God.
two completely different colors.
Yeah.
Because for a while, when I started getting my hair done, I got like little baby, like super, super teeny, teeny, tiny baby blonde highlights. And then after that, it was like a disease. I just kept going back for more.
Yeah.
And eventually it turned out, because I wanted the partial highlight because I wanted to keep the natural hair underneath. I was like, I
Yeah.
still kind of want to hold on to the natural hair. I want to hold on to it. But then I started going to this woman, and she did not understand what highlights were. And she just like slapped a bunch of like freaking bleach, I guess, on my head. And yeah, so like half of my head was just I'll have to find a photo. But like
Yeah, I gotta see.
half of it was just straight up blonde, and then the underneath part was just brown. But yeah, but because obviously you can only see the blonde, my brows were the color of my hair.
Oh.
Yeah. They were just straight brown. And my mom would be like, Brittany, your brows don't. I'm like, they match the underneath of my hair, Mom. It's fine. Looking back, I'm like,
I love it. I love it. We
I
have those
gotta find a picture.
moments. We
We
had
do.
moments where we were actually ugly. Kids nowadays, like, they're really not ugly much.
They're hot out the womb.
It's ridiculous.
It
I
is.
had orange hair at one point too. That was one of my like blindnesses. When I first moved to Richmond, I don't know who and I don't know what, why or when, but my hair ended up actually yellow. Like if I was on the picture and I did like the color picker and it picked the color, it would be yellow.
Love that. Yellow.
Brown, thick eyebrows. I was not tweezing enough. I needed to get in there more. Much more. So yeah, I was in the same boat. Ugly eyebrows, yellow hair.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna
mine
have
was
to
in
find
like
it.
2020s, like kind of inexcusable. I really should have like I don't know what I was thinking.
Girl, what are you
I
doing?
look so different. No, that was my ugly period. Like I was definitely had my ugly moments in like middle school and high school, but that was my most recent ugly period. I fear we go through a couple in our lives.
For sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm turning 28 next week.
What are you doing for your birthday?
I am going out to dinner with the fam and Alex on Monday.
Okay.
And then other than that, that's basically it. I don't have any
Chill birthday.
I don't have any plans. A lot of my like super close friends have just kind of like moved on, I guess, or like moved away.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of the people that I consider like my core group of people, they're all in different states.
Right.
So it's just like obviously like I have my friend group, I like my ride or die like since middle school friend group, and like I will love them till the day that I die, but it's like we're all in different periods of our lives, and they're all like married and they're all buying houses, thinking about kids, and you know, I'm just in a completely different kind of phase in my life. So it's like we used to hang out every weekend, and now we see each other like maybe once every other month kind of vibe.
Right.
So it's like it's a little lonely, like not to get super kind of like emo, but it's kind of lonely. So I just don't really think that I couldn't really find anything to do, I guess. So I'm like, Alex, just take me to go get seafood and like maybe a fun activity, and then I'm good. Ice cream at the end of the night, and then we're chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a chill birthday this year. I mean, you know, I don't really have any friends in Atlanta either. We should call each other more.
I was genuinely thinking about that last night. I was like
What were you thinking about?
I was like, Sophia and I don't really, because like I was like, lucky I was kind of going through it last night. I was panicking last night. That's like another thing that I wrote down. My thing. I was having a little bit. I was having a meltdown.
Oh my gosh! Wait.
I was like,
whoa, we've gone like through like the 8 stages of. I had like a thing last night, and I had like a little bit of a panic last night, and now I had a meltdown.
Oh no, I was like literally
dry heaving,
like crying.
What was I doing last night? Probably twiddling my thumbs. You should have called me.
I was sobbing, but it's fine.
Why?
It's okay. I just like women stuff, dude. I mean, we're women, but
Okay.
we're gonna be open and just like really honest and transparent in this. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I'll start crying again. But I haven't had my period since April, since you came.
Okay.
Remember the one time, like that when you were here, we both started
at
on
the
the
same
exact
time.
same time. I haven't had it since. So it's like, obviously I'm abstinent, so I still haven't, the
No babies.
pregnancy is quite unless I'm the new Virgin Mary, it's impossible. So it's like, so
Immaculate conception in his vein.
no, literally. So it's pregnancy is not even remotely on my. I mean,
Do you
but
think
then
it's stress?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And then, like, the thing that I wrote down last night was, I'm not a hypochondriac. I just have anxiety. Because it's like last night, I just had a full blown panic attack because my mind went from. Because there's a super tiny voice in the back of my head that's like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, but I'm not, though. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuinely impossible. But then my anxiety, like, it's like my anxiety
Did you take a
acts
test?
like. No, of course not.
Oh.
Like, there's no need to. I'm not. It's impossible. So it's
Just
like,
to prove to yourself. I don't know.
oh my god, that's so funny. But oh my god, that's hilarious. No, but but then of course my anxiety is always like self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Like that's how my anxiety kind of like presents itself. Is very self-sabotage. It's very like my mind just constantly goes to all of the worst case scenarios to the point where I just freeze and I cry. So it's like last night my brain was like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, Brittany, you're so stupid. Like, you're not. It's impossible. And then my brain went to, you're probably infertile. So then I started having a panic attack.
Oh my god. 0 to 100.
Just girly things. Yeah,
Okay,
literally.
so what are you gonna do about it? April, May, June, July. So it's like 2 months you've missed?
Yeah, about. So, like, I mean, my period's always been irregular, so that's definitely a part of it. But then when I went on birth control at one point to regulate it, but then, you and I've talked about this in the past. I've always forgotten. We OD'd on just so casually, by the way, but you know what I mean. So like, and then when I was on birth control, like I gained a lot of weight, and I was like, if I gain more weight, like I don't think I can mentally handle that. So it's like, like I think that would be my 13th reason. So it's like, I'm just being honest. So it's like
your poor brain.
No, my literal brain was just racking my brain around. And then I was like, I have never gotten a pap smear. Never. I've never gotten one. I'm turning 28 next week and I've never gotten one. I'm just too terrified. I'm so scared. And I've only gone to the OBGYN one time. I feel like I'm trauma dumping on this podcast. I'm talking about this in therapy.
You don't have to, as much as you want, queen.
Yeah, I know, but like, just real life girly moments. But I feel like I'm talking a lot. I'm so sorry. But
no, go ahead. I'm sure so many people can relate to this.
Right. So I hope so. Because if they're like, girl, you're the only one, I'd be like, nice. But I've only gone to the OBGYN one time, and that was because I had some sort of injury and I had to go get examined. And she asked me, she goes, she goes, she was like, do you have a primary, like, or like a set OBGYN? I said, I don't. She goes, how old are you? I was like, I'm 27 and no, 26. And she was like, have you ever had a pap smear? I said, no. She goes, really? Like that? And I immediately, like, my eyes started welling up, and I was sitting here and I was like, no, I've never had one. And she's like, you really need to get one. Like, just like her tone was so like judgy and condescending. And I was like, actually, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I sat in my car and I cried afterwards. And because I just like, I was already so nervous about having just like a random two people, not just one person, the OB and the what's it called, and like a nurse's assistant or a nurse practitioner, and they were both in my hoo-ha. So I'm like, I'm already nervous about having two people that I don't know all up in my business. Yeah. Already concerned about that. And now your tone is giving very judgmental about the fact that I haven't gotten one. So it's like, so then my mind went to, I need to get a pap smear. And then I was like, what if they find something bad? What if I'm infertile? And then I just had a full-blown panic attack, and I cried for like 15 minutes. It was great. I needed it. But, and then I went to sleep afterwards.
My,
I
God
know.
love her.
I was on the phone with Alex and I was like, can I call you back? I'm like in mid crying. I'm like, can I call you back? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And I hang up and I was laying there and I was like, I almost called you. I was this close to calling you. But then I was like, I know I almost did. I did. I almost did.
I wish you would have.
I know. Now looking back, like I wish I would have. But like, just having like another girl to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Because like I talked to Alex about everything, but I'm like, you're not a woman, you don't understand. Like you don't get it.
Right.
Like you don't relate. So I'm just yeah. So I wrote down earlier because I started laughing at myself because I was like, I can't believe I had a full blown panic attack last night. But just but I was like, I'm not a
Just a Monday
hypochondriac.
night.
I just have anxiety.
Right.
I'm just an anxious girly.
That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely admit to not being the best about like keeping up with friends. Dax is my only he's not my only friend, but I talk to him the most, and my sister obviously, because he's constantly texting me. And if I
Right.
don't answer for a couple days, he'll be like, answer your phone, like call me, or like, oh, RIP Sophia, like 1998 2024, like it was so good to know you. Or when I answer him, he's like, error, this sender is no longer in your messages.
That's
like,
hilarious.
He's always trolling me because like I'm that bad about getting back to people, which is so
You are.
crazy. Because I'm always on my phone. But like I see it, I think about it, I'm like, I need to get to that, and then I just work on something else.
Guilty.
Yep.
Guilty.
And it's ridiculous. But
Guilty.
no, we need to be better about talking and like calling each other, because besides my sister, you're really like the only other girl that I talk to on a daily basis. Not daily
Right.
even, unfortunately.
Right, but
We
like
need to be better.
a weekly basis at this point.
I
A
know.
weekly basis. But it's okay. Like I'm kind of the same way though, especially with work. Like I just get so busy during the day. It's like if I don't get a text that doesn't have to do with work, I just put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't have time to even think about a funny witty response. Like I gotta like nose to the ground. I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So then I just eventually forget about it. So I feel you that we do need to be better about like
We need to be better.
yeah.
It's
For
just,
sure.
I should just be better about that, like, period. And also better about calling people, like saying like just giving people a call. Like
Right.
it's better,
Right.
to show that closeness. Okay.
But
Anyways,
yeah. No, but I was gonna say like maybe one quick comment that we can move on.
oh no,
like,
no, you're good.
I'm not the type of person though that I'm gonna call you and like have the phone up. You know what I mean? And just like prop my phone up and do what I need to do, but like have you be on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that person.
What do you do?
I just don't call you.
Oh, you like
if I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you for a reason.
I see.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
Not just to be like talking for 30 minutes about nothing.
Not just to like have you on the phone.
Yeah.
Because I have like, there's people that do that. They'll call me, and then they just like won't say anything, and they'll just say like a bunch of random stuff. And in my eyes, a phone call is intentional.
Yes.
I'm like hey, what's up? And if they're like, oh, I just like something funny happened and I wanted to tell you about it. I'm like, oh, perfect. I can use a couple giggles. Like, give it to me. What's going on?
Right.
And then, but then if they just like call me and then it's just like small talk and then eventually it's just like random comments about what they're doing in that current moment, I'm like, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta
No,
go.
definitely. I know when you call me, like, there's a reason. And
For
I like
sure.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Love that.
Are those all your little tidbits?
No.
What
I had
else?
a couple TikTok comments. There's
Oh.
one not people commenting on my TikTok. This is like the blurbs from TikTok that I've seen. I think if there's one thing on TikTok that I think needs to just disintegrate and be extinct and gone is couples TikTok.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Give
nothing.
me more.
Nothing. If I'm doing my doom scrolling like I do 18 hours of the day, if I see a video and it's like getting my wife's reaction or getting my husband's reaction to this, that, and the third. And I see the name on the bottom being like, I'm just going to come up with random names like David and Courtney.
Blank and blank.
I'm like, block. Like, I can't. There's only a specific, there's only a couple like couples TikTokers that I am not mad about, and that I'm mutuals on Talk About Queen. I'm mutuals with a couple of couple content creators, but it's the couples that like they're in the car and they have the phone up on the phone stand and they click record, and then they like get in the car and they're like getting their reaction to something, and their reaction is just some like big elaborate, like it's obviously staged. It's so obviously staged that it drives me freaking crazy. The prank couples drive me nuts.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is cheese ball. Just actual cheese ball city.
And people eat it up. They eat it up.
I've been seeing something about Matt and Abby on my TikTok. Like, people are mad about them. I don't even know. Do you know?
Okay. Oh, I do. I went down the rabbit hole.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Funny enough, I'm mutuals with them on Talk About Queen.
Oh,
I ain't going for it, but I think there was just, this is no hate whatsoever, but I feel like when I first started the Talk About Queen account, and you know, Ryan and I started to kind of like get a lot of traction on the account, anybody that had any verified check, I followed them back like pretty much immediately. And anybody with like a verified check, I didn't even care what their content was, followed back. You know what I mean? And it's like, or anybody with like, yeah, I think it was just the verified check. I was like, immediately follow. And they have a verified thing.
Yeah.
But what's going on is that Matt just whines about everything. He whines about everything. It honestly feels like Abby does the majority, just like from the outside looking in, like genuinely it feels like Abby is doing the majority of the work. And like it's just like they have a podcast, and it's like some of the comments that he says about like her appearance or just kind of like them as like a couple, and he'll do like vlogs of him being like, yeah, so like I did the dishes and like took the trash out, and Abby's like, I got the babies up, I got myself ready, I went on a run, I went to the grocery store, I came back and I took the kids to the park, and like, you know, and Matt's like, yeah dude, like I mowed the lawn, and then that's it. And then at the same time he's focusing on his music career. And his music is all about how miserable he is. His music is like, I've only listened to like the little blurbs that I've seen on TikTok of people like actively being like Abby, like blink twice if you need help kind of vibe. But it's just music about how like, oh, I feel like I'm settling in life, and like, dude, you have to look it up and just like go down the rabbit hole. And he is just like, he has a separate apartment where he goes when he like, because I think he travels to like Nashville or something to record in the recording studio. And then he stays in the apartment, or like he records in the apartment. I can't remember, so like don't quote me on it. But I'm pretty positive that he has a separate apartment, and Abby's at home with the kids while he's going and chasing his dreams of being a musician. And he's just like, all of his songs are like sad songs, not love songs. Like, I love my wife, I'm this, I'm that. Like, you know, like Thomas Rhett and his wife, and how he's basically obsessed with her, and all of his love songs like have her in it. He's like the opposite.
Does she say anything about it?
No. She's sitting there, she's like, yeah, you know, she's like, divorce like is not even in our vocabulary, like that's just not an option, and blah blah blah. And then like this most recent like uproar, I guess, that people are making comments about is the fact that his birthday and Father's Day land around the same time. I think they're in like the same week or something. And he was like, yeah, like as a family, we're just like collectively not celebrating Father's Day because of my birthday. Like just being super just being super weird and really whiny. It's like it's about it's on their podcast, but like people are genuinely like, Abby, I feel bad for you.
This is such an ick.
It is.
This is so gross.
It is. Like, he will make a comment and like his vlogs, I've only seen a couple, but his vlogs are like, yeah, put the baby in the baby carrier, took the trash out, did the dishes, and like, father of the year, dude.
And Abby's serious?
Yeah. And Abby's like, oh, I like, and then Abby's taking care of literally everything, doing everything.
How many kids?
They have 2. I think it's like 2 under 2 or something like that.
No.
It was like she had a kid and then she like immediately got pregnant afterwards.
Oh my god.
Kind of thing.
I gotta go down this rabbit hole.
Dude, you gotta do it. Because it's their podcast clips. Like, she looks so sad.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
Poor girl.
I'm telling you. So, the couple's TikTok needs to just like skedaddle.
The fake pranks. It's just
that's
not
so
cute.
like, it's just like the ones that are so obviously staged, and it's like people in the comments are eating it up, and I'm like, do you not realize? Well, I love the ones where like the phone is hidden so they like can't see it, or they have like a Ring camera or something, or like an indoor camera that's like pointing in their living room, and they put like a little blurb of a prank that they pulled on each other. I love those because those are like genuine, like jump scare, hee hee, but not the I'm gonna wear a like. I saw this one video earlier today, and it was this girl. She dyed her hair pink, and she was like, my boyfriend absolutely hates pink hair. Like, he just absolutely hates it. So I dyed my hair pink, and she put on a pink wig on top of her pink hair to be like, I wonder how like he's gonna react to like this pink wig or whatever. And he like got in the car, and this is of course in the car, and he got in the car and he looked over at her and he was like, what is that on your head? It looks like a rat's nest. It looks terrible. And like, it looks this, it looks that. Like, I can't believe you did that. Like, I hate that color on you. Like, you look awful. Just going in. And then she was like, haha, it's a wig. And he was like, no way, that looks so real. And then he like grabbed the wig and like snatched it off of her, and she had pink hair. And his reaction, he was like, are you freaking kidding me? He's like, I can't believe you did that. And then he like gets out of the car and storms off. And I'm sitting there and I like look at first I was like, ew. But then I looked at the username and it was both of their names. So I was immediately like, they're couples. There's a couples.
They know.
TikTok account. They know.
Right.
They're doing it for rage bait. And I'm raging.
I hate it.
And I'm
like
unintentionally baiting.
Those videos on Facebook where they like never show you the final recipe, like their final cake, or I'm gonna like pour a rainbow icing over the cake after it's done, and she takes 5 minutes to finally pour the ice. Like, oh my gosh, please, I hate this anger content.
I just wasted the last 5 minutes of my entire life that I'm literally never gonna get back, but okay, cool.
So annoying. Okay, what's your other TikTok thing?
Have you seen, it's another, I guess like it's a controversy or whatever. So you know how people do like celeb pop culture drama?
Yeah.
Don't care about that. I love the real life like TikTok people drama. I love it because it's relatable. But so have you Bunny, right?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll's wife.
Yes.
She is getting a little bit of backlash right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. She wants to have notorious serial killer. I don't even remember his name. Wade, yeah. She wants to have him on. She was like, if there's any way that anybody has any contact with, what's his name? Wade?
No, she did contact him.
Oh, I didn't know that it got that far. I just know I saw the video of her being like, if anybody has any contact, like I tried to reach out. Like, I'm fascinated. I would love to have him on the podcast kind of thing.
In the video I saw, she was like, we just got off the phone with the jail, about talking to Wade and getting interviewed. I'm fascinated with his story type thing.
Wild.
And people are like, girl, you know damn well he's in prison. He's not in jail.
Right.
He's literally in prison because he killed 2 women.
Right. And like
viciously.
had no remorse for it whatsoever.
I don't know if she thinks he's hot with the tattoos on his face or what it is. He doesn't look like a criminal or whatever, but like,
right.
it's weird that you can say you're fascinated by it when it's just brutal murder.
Right, for sure. Because, like, it's different if you watch, like, a true crime podcast or whatever. Yeah. And, like, you're interested in, like, hearing the story, like Dahmer or, you know, or, like, whatever other like, the multiple serial killers that are out there. So it's, like, you know, people are, I guess, fascinated with the way that their brains work, I guess, and, like, what led them to do that. Because, like, you yourself can't imagine doing something like that. But imagine from afar, you know what I mean? Just keep it up there. Think about it.
And also, a lot of those documentaries, they're not talking to Jeffrey Dahmer, and they're not talking to, like, the actual people and giving them a platform. They're making it without them, you know, to, like, tell their story and tell the truth and the facts. This guy's gonna come on there, like, what is she gonna talk about? Like, okay, first off, I guess it depends if he's even says he's guilty or not guilty, because if he can't even say anything because of the lawyers, then, like, what's the point? You just want to get to know this man on, like, a friend level?
On, like,
Are
a
you
friendly
sure?
level? Right.
Are you actually sure? Like, the one woman, he backed over her so many times in her car, her friend said it looked like spaghetti on the ground.
I saw that, yeah.
That man deserves to rot in hell.
Literally.
Dude, yeah. What's your opinion?
No, I am 100% with you. 100%. When I saw that little, like, normally I feel like Bunny is, like, she has a method behind her madness with, like, a bunch of her stuff on the podcast, but that, I was like, girl, like, a lot of the people just, like, publicly, I feel like, not shame her, but they really just come at her because they just can't fathom a woman that beautiful being with a fat man. So it's like, that's really what people come after, like, oh, she's a gold digger and, like, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, not because of the love and support, but it's because of the gold digger. So it's like, you know, I don't agree with all of that. Like, I don't agree with any of that. I feel like, I obviously don't know her personally, but I feel like that she's a really great person. But no, just this is just like, babe, like, you have to think of the family and the friends of those victims, of those women that he murdered.
And also the tone of it. Like, this is not, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet this guy. Just, like, I'm just so fascinated with his story. Like, what is his story? Like, why are we not telling the story of the women? Like, literally. Why does his story matter at all?
Right.
So weird. I saw that and I was like, super weird. Okay. I understand why she's getting backlash. Because same, I like her. I like her. I think she's a boss. Like, she's going to tell it like it is. She's not taking shit from anyone. Like you said, she has a method to her madness. And she's, like, self-made and all that. But this is just a weird take.
It is a weird take. It's so weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
We can save it.
All right.
Because it could turn into, well, that was the whole TikTok thing. Those are the TikTok things, but the other things are going to lead into a very long discussion, and we're already over an hour in.
Okay, well, I will say this: I will be watching the Gypsy Rose Lifetime episode tonight.
I want to.
It does come out. Lifetime. It's free on Lifetime. No subscription needed. Nothing.
Shut the actual front door. I know exactly what I'm doing tonight.
Yes, and so it streams on Mondays, or it's on live TV on Mondays, but then it goes on streaming on Tuesday. So every Tuesday.
Freaking crap. Dude, I cannot believe that it's only 9:00. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. I thought you were going to bed early tonight.
Girl, I really was. But now
it's crazy. I mean,
I would at least watch one episode.
Yeah. We did get some random comment from somebody on our YouTube being like, it's basically sticking up for saying that Gypsy she was faking it and she was actually ill with all those things and just a bunch of random stuff. And I just want to go on the record and say again, I still don't agree with that. Like, maybe I don't agree with how she treated her husband and the cheating, and I don't know, was it even cheating? No, I guess you'll see in the show, they spill all the tea. I mean, I love it. You see when Ken is reintroduced into her life, Christy, the stepmom, is involved. Oh yeah. But I do still think that her mother abused her. 100%.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. So, there's no way. Absolutely. Well, like, wholeheartedly. Like, yeah. That.
But she's on social media, and her show is interesting. Let me tell you, I can't wait to watch it tonight. I'm watching the new episode. Episode 5, baby.
Ooh. He loved that for me. I have popcorn downstairs.
There you go. And a
I'm
protein
gonna do
and a
it.
protein smoothie and a wine glass.
And a protein
Untouchable.
drink in a wine glass. I showed Sophia this. She goes, "Ugh." I said, and I granted, I told her in advance what it was.
It looks a lot. It just is odd in the pink flower cup.
And my hand painted, very poorly done.
Oh, you hand painted that?
I did.
Okay.
It's very poorly done.
No, from here it looks great.
Thank you. If you squint a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, follow our Instagram.
Yeah.
We love chit-chatting with you, and I feel like this was a great episode.
I feel like I talked the entire time.
No.
I'm so
I don't
sorry.
feel like you did.
Well,
you also came with most of the topics. So, like, I really didn't. I kind of came with nothing this week.
Hey,
I had
okay.
commentary, but, like, you were kind of leading the thing. So, don't feel bad, Queen.
You came with the good hair.
Becky with a good hair.
Becky with a good hair. Sophia with a good hair. I love it.
Okay, well, we love you guys so much.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.